First there are families, and then there are other kinds of families. We'd like to bring you now with our radio acting troupe here, Celebrity Classics. The voices you know, bringing you the literature you love. This week, the 10-minute Macbeth, starring Mr. Rogers as Macbeth, with Henry Kissinger as King Duncan, Jack Nicholson as the Thane of Ross, and as Lady Macbeth, Julia Child.
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won, and 'twill pass ere set of sun, we shall meet upon the heath. And it don't take a nuclear physicist to tell you that fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air. King Duncan!
Good afternoon. According to the information we have at this point, there seems to have been some kind of rebellion, but it would be premature for me to make a formal statement at this time, so I do not.
Here is the loyal Thane of Ross. Maybe he knows.
Hey, you king. God save the king. Here's the deal. Macbeth and Banquo were just about done mopping up the rebellion when these Norwegians came in. And the Thane of Cawdor turned traitor and joined them. But Macbeth and Banquo and me, we fought them off. We drove them back to Dunsinane. The Thane of Cawdor got his butt kicked. He's a piece of toast, and here I am.
A toast to the Thane of Ross!
Loyal Ross, go to Macbeth and tell him of the traitor Cawdor's death. But he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won. Macbeth shall Thane of Cawdor be.
He shall be Thane of Cawdor! A drum, Macbeth doth come. All hail Macbeth, hail Thane of Cawdor. All hail Macbeth, thou shalt be king hereafter.
My, that was some bolt of lightning, wasn't it? Are you afraid of lightning? Are you? I am. I'm afraid of my wife, too. Yes, I am. Do you know what the word creepy means, do you? Why? Here's our old friend Banquo. How are you, Banquo?
Hail, hail, Banquo! Lesser than Macbeth and greater, not so happy, but much happier. Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. Now look at this chart here. It's as simple as this.
Well, isn't that interesting, Banquo? The witches said your children will be kings, didn't they? And they said, I'll be Thane of Cawdor and then king. That's right. But you can't believe everything you hear, can you? No, you can't. Especially when it's a witch in a thunderstorm. No.
The loyal Thane of Ross.
Hey, Macbeth. King Duncan's real glad about how you and Banquo wiped out that rebellion. Says I ought to call you Thane of Cawdor. Did I hear you call me Thane of Cawdor, did I? My goodness. Mr. Macbeth is having some dark thoughts. You know what the word regicide means, do you? The king wants to see you.
You'd best get going.
We'll go right away, won't we?
You're starting to refer to yourself in the plural, I see.
Yes, we are. And we shall continue to do so, won't we? Away!
And so they went to see the king, who confirmed the words Ross had spoken.
I think that I can safely say that thou art Thane of Cawdor.
And then Mr. Macbeth returned to his home in Glamis, where was his wife, Lady Macbeth, waiting at the door.
Hail, Macbeth, loving husband, Thane of Glamis, Thane of Cawdor, and greater still to come. Yes, a messenger told me, and it's lovely news, and guess what? The king and his sons are coming over for dinner. So I'm preparing this lovely goose in a green peppercorn sauce over wild rice. Yes, the king's goose is cooked. And tonight my handsome Macbeth will be king of the Scots. Won't that be lovely?
Well, Mr. Macbeth just got to be Thane of Cawdor. It's not so bad, is it? No, it's not.
Screw your courage to the sticking place.
Well, okay. Do I know what courage means? Yes, I think I do. So now all I need to do is find a sticking place.
Late that night after dinner, while everyone slept, the king's guards lay unconscious at their posts, stuffed with creme brulee.
What's this? Is this a dagger which I see before me? Is it? Yes, it is. And is the handle toward my hand? Yes, it is.
As Lady Macbeth paced the vast emptiness of the castle.
Oh, dear. Maybe I should have done it myself. Heavens, what a ruckus!
Well, the deed is done. I do seem to have a little blood on me, but I'll just take off my sweater and go clean up, okay? Good.
Give me the dagger! Go, and quick like a bunny!
And it was good Macduff at the door.
King Duncan wanted me to pop by this morning, wake him up, and go out for a little golf, so, where is he? Holy smokes, he's dead.
I can imagine you think it was me, don't you? But it wasn't me. No, it wasn't.
There was great confusion. The king's sons, Malcolm and Donalbain, fled afraid for their lives, and Macbeth convinced his fellow thanes that the guards had killed the king, and the thanes went off in pursuit of Malcolm and Donalbain, and everything was perfect. Macbeth was king of Scotland.
Can you say your majesty? Can you? Good.
Macduff escaped to England along with the king's sons, which ticked off Macbeth, and he killed a bunch of people just to blow off some steam. And it got to be kind of a habit.
When people bug me, do you know what I like to do? Do you? I like to chop their heads off. Yes, I do. Would you like to have your head chopped off? No? Then don't bug me, okay? Good.
Soon a great pall hung over Scotland, and the people were oppressed. And Lady Macbeth could be seen wandering about the castle in her sleep, harassing her pets.
Out! Out, I say! Out, damn spot!
And Macbeth went back to the witches whose prophecies had foretold all that had come to pass.
Devil, devil, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. It's like I've said time and time again, no man of woman born shall kill Macbeth. Macbeth shall never vanquish me until great Birnam Wood come to Dunsinane Hill. You can count on it, sure, it's the Lord made little green apples.
Well, sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So I guess I'll go kill Macduff's wife and children, and when he comes after me, I'll kill him. Yes, I will.
Word of Macbeth's violence reached Macduff in England.
Well, that's just terrible. He's gone too far. I mean, I share his pain and everything. But I think it's time to go take that sucker out to Scotland.
And so they set out, Malcolm the Prince, son of good King Duncan, the Earl of Northumberland, and the Thanes Menteith and Caithness and Lennox, and they marched toward Fife, stopping at the Thane of MacDonald's on the way.
Oh, that's 947 burgers, 32 with no pickles, 871 fries.
And then they assembled in the great Birnam Woods, thousands of them.
I can't thank y'all enough for coming out to support me today. So how about we all take a little branch off of one of those trees and hide behind it so we can sneak up on the peckerwood?
And they crept toward Dunsinane, where Macbeth was in Macduff's castle in Fife. And he looked out and saw great Birnam Wood approaching, carried by men who also carried sharp objects.
It's not good. No, it isn't.
And soon the army of Macbeth was upon the castle, and there was a great battle, and Macbeth's army was defeated, and Macbeth himself came in pursuit of Macbeth.
I'm going to get you, Macbeth.
I don't think you are, Mr. Macduff. And do you know why, do you? Because the witches told me that no man or woman born could kill me. Do you know that? Did you know that?
Can you say the words cesarean section?
My, that was a very sharp sword, wasn't it? Yes, it was. I think that Mr. Macbeth's going to die now, don't you? Yes, he is.
The 10 Minutes Macbeth on Celebrity Classics, starring Mr. Tim Russell, Tom Keith on sound effects, Richard Dworsky at the piano. Well, that's just by way of review. Those of you who studied Macbeth in the 11th grade, right? Wasn't Macbeth in the 11th grade? What'd they do down in Pennsylvania where you guys grew up?
We haven't read it yet. We didn't read it yet.
You didn't have Macbeth? Sure you did.
Well, if I did, I was probably absent.
Well, that's all. There it is.